Love of God, how many times do I have to repeat myself into the void before it sticks? Alberta isn't going anywhere. It is genuinely laugh until you cry hilarious that this fantasy still has a pulse. But fine, since reality seems to bounce right off your skull, let's have one more lesson. Sit down. This might sting. Lesson 1. You weren't born, you were built. Alberta was never some sovereign entity pining for freedom. Unlike, say, Quebec, you didn't join Confederation. You were created by it, by Ottawa, in 1905. Write that date on your hand. Your province is a teenager compared to this country. You are a product of the very system you claim to hate. The irony is so thick you could drill it. Lesson 2. The ground you stand on isn't yours. Before there was an Alberta, there were treaties. 6, 7, and 8. Signed with sovereign Indigenous nations, long before 1905. Those treaties are with the Crown and right of Canada, not your hypothetical fringe state. You have exactly zero right to renegotiate them. The land was never yours to claim. You're living on borrowed, treaty-guaranteed territory. Lesson 3. The My Oil Fantasy, my favorite delusion. Yes, the feds transferred resource management to you in 1931, but for the love of all that's holy, go read Section 109 of the Constitution. If Alberta secedes, those resources revert to the federal crown. You can't sell what you no longer own. The legal ground you're standing on turns to quicksand the second you try to leave. Poof, there goes the petrostate. Lesson 4. The subsidy tantrum. You cry about funding lazy Easterners through equalization? Newsflash, all Canadians pay into it. But let's talk about what you get. In 2024 alone, Alberta received $29.4 billion in federal subsidies. That's a $7.4 billion more than the entire equalization pot. Your precious oil industry is propped up by the very country you want to ditch. Without that cash, what's your plan? Pray for $200 a barrel and a magic pipeline to nowhere? Lesson 5. The how to actually leave comedy routine. Bless your heart, you think it's just a simple vote? Let's walk through this masterpiece of impossibility. 1. Get 50% plus 1 of Albertans to vote yes. Good luck with Calgary and Edmonton, by the way. 2. Then, under the Supreme Court and the Clarity Act, you need 50% plus 1 of all Canadians to agree to let you go. 3. Then you need 7 out of 10 provinces to sign off. 4. Then you need to get consent from not just Alberta's First Nations, but all Canadian First Nations whose treaty rights you'd be shredding. 5. Then you get to negotiate your exit with Ottawa. You know, tiny details like who gets the airports, the highways, the national parks, the military bases, who takes on $400 billion plus of national debt, what's your share of CPP. Spoiler, it's not the whole fund. So to recap, you need to win a supermajority lottery across the country, then get permission from the original landowners, then beg Ottawa to let